makes your jackets, by the way?
They are made by skilled craftsmen who toil away.
But not jacket makers. Skilled craftsmen they might be.
It would have been terrible if he'd been styled. And thank heavens the Countdown team were far too bright to try to style him. He was just right.
Yes, Richard Whiteley was a man of many suits and ties, though most of them an acquired taste. But he was also a man of words, and just like his taste in clothes, he had the strangest of personal favourites.
There were certain words that would come up that were always, somehow they always kind of prompted this fresh reaction in Richard.
Leotards.
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 And you'd think that leotard coming up for the millionth time, and honestly must be a millionth time,
Leotards.
he would just be slightly jaded about it, but no, he would leap on it and his hands would kind of come up. And he'd go, ha!
Love leotards.
Tangelo kept on coming up.
Tangelo.
Tangelo.
Tangelo. Tangelo.
Brilliant. Well done. Our old friend the Tangelo. Excellent.
And Richard would ask me every single time, Susie, what is a tangelo?
Apparently, a tangelo is a cross between an orange and a tangerine.
A cross between a tangerine and an orange.
It's a cross between a tangerine and a grapefruit. That's a tangelo.
I think we need no further description.
Let's have a little
thank you.
nodule on the end.
Yes, put it down.
I think as the years went on, he got better, or should that be worse? And we loved him for that. And I have to say, did encourage him quite a bit in it.
If someone gets an 18-point lead, it's a bit of a bugger, isn't it?
It is rather.
I don't know why I said that.
Scotland.
Carol would often say to him, look, you're on another planet. And, well, I think he was half the time, really.
We decided to go in and make further inquiries. And my husband... It's not that funny, really.
I can imagine him at school telling exactly the same jokes.
We decided to go in and make further inquiries. My husband confronted the assistant. We decided to go and make further inquiries. And my husband confronted the assistant with the words, "Excuse me, how Dutch is that moggy in the window?"
He's probably up in heaven telling God one now. He's probably still at the gate having a chat.
Did you get it?
Despite the terrible jokes and painful puns, Richard became one of the most loved faces on British television.
Richard Whiteley is undoubtedly a national treasure. You know, there aren't many that you think of, oh gosh, he's a national treasure. You might think of, I don't know, Thora Hird or Harry Seacombe or, you know, you have to really be in the hearts of the general public to be given that title.
Hello, by the way. We've made it to the second week of the new century, I suppose. Unscathed by anything, haven't we? Carol, we're still here.
It's Friday, isn't it?
No disasters. No, it's Monday today.
No, it's Friday, Richard.
It's not. It's Monday today. Oh, it's Friday today.
Richard, whose virtues are sweetness and kindness and ineptitude, really, but good nature and good humour. We could do a lot worse than to celebrate a national treasure like him.
Anyway, I heard Rita's here. Where's Rita? Hello, Rita. How are you? Nice to see you. I heard you were here.
He never really quite understood why everybody wanted to talk to him, everybody loved him. I still think he thought of himself very much as an ordinary person who did a little bit on the telly, and you know. He had no idea, really, what an institution he was. No, you know, not a clue.
There's Dick the Lionheart and Dick the Third, Dick Van Dyke and Dickie Bird. There's Dick Turpin with his horse, Black Bess. Dick Barton, special agent no less. There's Moby Dick, the great white whale. Dick Francis, who can tell a tale. But of all the Dicks I can recall, Mr. Whiteley is the greatest Dick of all.
The one thing I will always stand by with Richard is that I don't think the population realised what an amazing intellect he was
he was incredibly intellectual. And the bumbling, I think, was a very pleasant aspect about him. But he wasn't a bumbling fool by any means at all.
I'm still one away, but...
Why don't I have a go? What?
Oh,
No.
have you done it?
Well, I don't know. Might have done. 7 minus 6 is 1.
It is.
He was always very proud of me being able to do the numbers game, because he knew how much it meant to me, to be honest, because I still get annoyed when I don't get it in the time, I get really angry with myself. But occasionally I wouldn't get it, and he did. Now, it didn't happen very often, but when it did happen, well, I mean, you know, he was absolutely cock of the north. He thought it was fantastic, thought I was doing me out of a job as well.
Do you know what?
Add the 9.
His very laid-back, self-deprecating manner concealed high intelligence. Didn't always conceal it. Sometimes his intelligence came bubbling through to the surface for all to see, but he was a very clever man.
Right out of the blue, he'd come out with some perfect Shakespearean quote that included this word that we'd come up with in Dictionary Corner. Or he'd just recite this bit of poetry that he remembered.
I can't imagine a national treasure being dim, but I can certainly imagine them being cuddly and lovable.
5 times 100 is 500.
It is.
10 minus 3 is 7.
Ah, do you know, I think you can get it right, yep.
7 times 7 is 49.
Is 49.
Add them on.
That is brilliant. That really is very good.
Richard became such a national treasure that it was rumoured he even had followers among the highest echelons of British society.
Just a bit of fun, just a bit of fun, right?
Richard loved the fact that the Queen watched Countdown. I think he pictured her, wearing her crown and possibly carpet slippers, viewing the programme, cup of tea in hand, corgis at her feet, and was quite disconcerted when the time of transmission was changed because he knew that earlier in the afternoon the Queen wouldn't be able to watch the programme because that's the time when the Queen takes the corgis for a walk. So he felt a bit sorry about that. But I think it did give him something to chat to her about when he went to collect his OBE.
I mean, it was so important to him. And if you watch the footage of him actually getting it with the Queen, I just know he was saying, so do you really watch it?
I said, yes, and you've got 2 vowels and a consonant, and I've only got, because I've got an MB, I said 1 vowel and 2 consonants. Oh, and he laughed and laughed and laughed. He said, I'll nick that line. And the day he went to get his OBE, and Kathy went with him, and James, his son. And then afterwards, he had lunch it was about 20 of us at the Ritz. Oh, and he was, you know, the entertainer was there. And he was just so proud of it. And it was the most wonderful day.
Here's a nice one. Look at this one. Be one's Valentine. My dear Mr. Whiteley, OBE, you are and will remain my one true King Dick.